Hello student, today we are going to start with lesson number 9, the Delhi Sultanate. So under this chapter, according to reduced syllabus, we are going to discuss three topics. First is under the sources to reconstruct archaeological sources, Kutta Minar. One topic is this Kutta Minar. Then under the political and administrative system, we are having Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad Tughlaq. So these three topics are there in this chapter. So let us start with this chapter. So in the beginning, spread of Islam in India and early conquest of the Arabs. So here only little bit introduction we are going to do. The Islamic culture was introduced in India by the Arabs. So Arabs entered in India as traders, and later on they made their settlements on the western coast of India. In Gujarat, they received liberal protection from the Hindu rulers. So, as they were the traders, and Hindu rulers provide them protection. And the Zamorin of Calicut patronized the Arab traders. So, Zamorin of Calicut, he was a hereditary monarch of Kozhikode. So, he patronized these Arab traders, means he was having faith in them and he was very favorable towards them. So this was the beginning of the Arab traders to settle down here in India. And in the beginning of 8th century AD, the Arabs under Muhammad bin Qasim, they conquered the Indian territories of Sindh and Multan. But these victories were short-lived, as Muhammad bin Qasim, he was died in 716. So very short time period was there, but it doesn't mean that these Arabs couldn't get anything. These Arabs could have a really intimate knowledge of Indian astronomy, as they spent many years here in India. So they got knowledge about the Indian astronomy, then Indian numericals and other branches of knowledge, and which according to Howell they carried to Europe. So all this knowledge they carried with them to Europe. So this was the beginning of the Islam here in India. Then the sources, when we are talking about the Delhi Sultanate, so to get the knowledge about the rulers of Delhi Sultanate, we are having two sources. One is literary sources, like the material in the form of writings like books and other things that are in written form. The next sources are archaeological sources like monuments. So under the monuments, we will discuss Qutub Minar. So let us start with monument. The sultans of Delhi built massive and magnificent structures. One of the magnificent architectural structures belonging to the period of Delhi Sultanate is Qutub Minar. And the construction of Minar was started by Qutbuddin Aibak in 1199 AD, when he was the viceroy of Muhammad Ghori. It was completed by Iltutmish and in 1230. So this massive and magnificent structure was started by Qutbuddin Aibak in the year of 1199, but as he was died, then afterwards next ruler and his son-in-law Iltutmish, he completed this Qutub Minar in the year of 1230. So let us start with Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is situated in Delhi. It received its name from Qutbuddin, a Muslim saint of Ush near Baghdad. So name was given on the name of one saint, and its main features are: number one, it is a circular tower which rises to a height of 72.5 meter. So this building is in the form of circular tower and its height is 72.5 meters. And it has 5 stories tapering as they ascend, the separated from each other by projecting balconies. So this building is having 5 stories and all these 5 stories are separated by balconies. Balconies are there. Then the entrance to the tower is through the doorway on the northern side. Inside there is a spiral stairway leading up to each balcony. So spiral way means the stairs are in the form of spiral stairs, and with the help of those stairs we can reach in each balcony. So one by one we can move at the top. Then fourth point is red sandstone, marble and grey quartzite were used to construct tower, which is the highest stone tower in India. There are many writings carved into Kutta Minar. Floral motifs, that means in the form of flowers, images, etc., are also engraved on this tower. So here many writings are there. From that particular writing we can get little bit knowledge about the Delhi Sultanate, and also beautiful figures, images and flowers are engraved on this tower. So this was Qutub Minar under the archaeological sources. So next topic is the Khiljis. Under Khiljis we are having one, the Alauddin Khilji. So let us start with Balban's successors were very weak. A grandson of Balban was murdered in 1290 and the Sultanate passed into the hands of Khiljis belonging to a clan whose members were scattered all over India. So Balban's dynasty came to an end and next dynasty of Khiljis started. Jalaluddin Khilji was the first ruler of this dynasty. He ruled only for a brief period of 6 years and could not bring about any important change in the administrative, personnel or structure of his government. Due to very short tenure, he was not able to make any kind of changes in the administrative system of his empire. The next one is Alauddin Khilji. He was a nephew and son-in-law of Jalaluddin and came to the throne by murdering his aged uncle. So he murdered Jalaluddin Khilji and now he was the ruler. Soon he embarked on conquests. He raided Malwa and Gujarat and also defeated the Rajput rulers of Ranthambore. So first he murdered his uncle, then he became the ruler. Afterward he started to conquer the nearby land portions. He then turned to the 4 wealthy kingdoms of the Deccan. That 4 wealthy kingdoms of Deccan were Yadvas of Devagiri, the Kakatiyas of Warangal, Hoysalas of the Varsa Mudra, and the Pandya kingdom with its capital at Madurai. No North Indian army had earlier managed to come so far as the extreme south of the peninsula. So earlier rulers who were conquering the land portions, they were conquering only the portions that were around or near to the north, west and eastern side, but no one was there who was capable or who desired to reach towards the southern. But this one reached or conquered the land portions towards the southern part of India. Then the task of conquest of Deccan had been entrusted by Alauddin to his military commander Malik Kafur. So he was with him, and Malik Kafur captured an immense booty which consisted of hundreds of elephants. So booty means the things that one person got after particular victory. So these are the things that we can say plundered or captured after war. and in this hundreds of elephants were there, thousands of horses, and gold and jewels in large quantities. But southern India was not annexed, so he conquered this area. Then he captured the immense wealth, but he didn't annex that area. Its rulers had to acknowledge the lordship of Delhi Sultanate and pay him tribute in return for peace and protection. So the rulers of Deccan, they were ready to pay tribute, means some kind of amount in the form of gifts or in the form of revenue. So they started to give that kind of gifts. In return, Sultan promised them that they will protect them and they will manage peace and protection in their area. It means Alauddin Khilji promised peace and protection, and he didn't annex that area. And during Alauddin's rule, Mongols again launched their plundering attacks. So Mongols were tribal people who were doing plundering type of activities, but they were defeated. So by Alauddin, those Mongols were defeated. Alauddin's revenue and administration. Alauddin also initiated a series of revenue and administrative measures to augment his resources. So for the fulfillment or to run the administration properly, to gain the income, he initiated some kind of revenue system, and some kind of new measurements were there, and he started to make or to run the administration properly. Then he revoked all land grants made as gifts to Muslim landlords or Muslim clerks, as he was in favor of Muslims only. Then his treatment with Hindu landlords was not good. So the treatment mattered out to Hindu landlords called muqaddams or chaudhuris were typically harsh. The Sultan tried to regulate the price of goods as well. This helped the common people, especially the soldiers. So with this thing, when he regulated the prices of goods, the prices of the things, it was helpful for the common people as well as for the soldiers, because due to the regular income, the regular salaries were there, and the common were also happy due to the prices of goods were fixed. And the market regulations. Control of the market was an astonishing achievement Alauddin Khilji. So this was the very great achievement of him, since he maintained a large army on relatively small pay. So he was paying a little to the soldiers because prices were reachable. So things were affordable for all. So he was giving less salaries and more soldiers he was having in his army. And he had to ensure that essential commodities were available at low prices. This he did by regulating the price of. So how he managed the things reachable, or how he managed the things available for all at low prices, question could be there. Then under these things, number one, he managed or he regulated the prices of food grains, sugar and cooking oil, and price of clothes and horses, cattle, slaves, and other commodities. So all these things were under the control prices, and the traders had to sell all commodities at the fixed rates only. And these regulations were enforced by two officers called Diwane Riyasat and Shahanai Mandi. So These were the persons who were having the duty to control or to regulate the prices. Those violating the regulations were severely punished. So punishments were very harsh for those who were violating the rules and regulations of the market. In brief, Alauddin once more received the prestige and power, if not the dignity, of the court of Balban, and he believed in the majesty of the monarch and in his being God's representative on earth. So now the pride and prestige was there, and he was having a faith that ruler or monarch is the representative of God here on the land, and he was very capable for the good administration and for the means of proper ruling. So we can say he was a very powerful and capable ruler of this dynasty. So with this, our Alauddin Khilji's under the Khilji dynasty topic is over here. Next topic, Muhammad Tughlaq, we will discuss in our next video. Thank you.